Hello traders, welcome to today's video. It is Wednesday the 18th of October and this is your Bitcoin price update. We're going to start off here with a little bit of a recap on the higher timeframes. I don't cover these too often because, to be honest, Bitcoin's just sideways from this 26 to 30k region and has been for the majority of this year. However, when we zoom out and we look at the weekly time frame, there is stuff to be basically looking at. So first of all, anchored VWAPs, okay? Anchored VWAP from both the all-time highs, so this is your volume weighted average price, okay? So the average price of Bitcoin since our all-time high and also since our cycle lows and the yearly VWAP have been holding as support for the past couple of months here. And even when you go back towards that May consolidation that we had those anchored VWAPs acting as support. What we also have is our 50-week moving average. Okay, so you can see all of these levels basically between that 26 to 27k zone. And as long as we are holding above there, that does make you basically lead to a bullish bias on the higher timeframes that we could be seeing those higher prices all the way up to the 42, the 46, blah, 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 and all of that kind of thing. Now, when you go on to the daily time frame, okay, we can see once again these anchored VWAPs holding, and that has been what's been holding for quite a while. Also, if we had our anchored VWAP from the start of this range, then that was what gave us support to see that move up to the 30,500 level to go and take the liquidity that we've been waiting for quite some time. In addition to that, we've had these 50 and the 200 moving averages on the daily time frame that have just been coming together, acting as some confluence for price just to be holding within this zone. And once again, you see that push up with both moving averages starting to slope higher. So on the higher time frames, do pay attention to the anchored VWAPs from major pivot points, and also the 50 and the 200 period moving averages are something that I do often check, especially on the higher time frames, just to give us an understanding of where we are and the context of price itself. Now, if we go down onto the lower time frames, there's really not very much happening here, okay? We can see that just price just holding within this local range here. And where we are right now is we're just failing to see any real sustained price action above our range high. So what we can say from this, like here's our previous range high. Okay, you drag that along and we're just failing to see any kind of real sustained price action above there. However, okay, go down again onto the lower time frames once again. And what is this starting to look like? We had that move up, which took out these local highs overnight here. Okay, so and since I've got that drop down into the previous day open and a nice little 30-minute order block here. But if you do like the retail patterns, then we are creating a little bit of an ascending triangle here. Now, does that give us a bullish bias to be looking for higher prices? I'm not so sure. I do think that this can continue to creep up. Remember, spot prices and a lot of perpetual exchanges didn't come and take out those highs, okay? So these are major, major highs that we've been waiting for a long time for these to be taken from back in July and even in August. Okay, we have that series of equal highs or just slightly lower highs back there that on at least Bybit and a lot of other perpetual exchanges we came and took that, but on Binance, for etc., on Spot, Coinbase, and a bunch of other exchanges, we haven't done that. So we could see this continuing float up here if we are to see closes above basically this range high. And I say closes above, I'm looking really at like the 4 hour and higher. So 4 hour time frame closes above that 28,600 area. I do think that that could lead us to a move towards the monthly level, which will line up with about the EQ of this current range. So if we draw our fibs from high to low here, and we add the 0.5 onto that, okay, we're coming up into that zone where we have the midpoint of this just random, just crazy spike up. Also, if we're looking at the move itself, then you can see we're coming into some resistance around there with a little bit of confluence. Okay, it's very difficult to pick levels when you have a wick like that, but that monthly level is there as an area of interest for myself. Now, if this does start to drop down, okay, you're just looking for this section here. Basically, it really is that simple. So you have this it's not really an uptrend, okay, because we have a big spike up and we're just like gradually floating up. I think if we are to lose our daily open at this stage and start to close, so this is what I mean, close candles above 28,600, and I do think that leads us to a move up to the next price target above us. However, if we do start to close candles below that 28,400, around about that daily open, then it does look like this uptrend, if you can call it that, has broken down, and I would then be targeting a move back down to 27.6 ish to take out these lows and to come and fill the single prints that we have from down here. Now, of course, beyond that, we've got our weekly open and our monthly open. Those are levels that we can also be looking at. In addition to that, I mean, yesterday was a very, very tight range. Okay, we've already taken out the previous day high. We've got our open down here. Previous day EQ is some local lows. Previous day lows could give you a little bit of a bounce. So if we're not going to see this come all the way down here, then I would be looking at those previous day lows as giving us a little bit of a potential bounce, potentially back into that daily open, and then a further continuation to the downside. Other than that, there's really not too much to go on from today. We can add the session VWAP onto this. We can see we're slightly below that. So we had, from our daily open, the VWAP open drive, a really nice setup that we do like to trade. You have a quick spike up of the highs, spike of the lows, you reclaim that daily open, and then you get a big drive up overnight. That VWAP holding as support, and then finally losing that. So you'd say that uptrend is over, and now you'd be looking at this VWAP as acting as resistance for a reversal of this morning's move higher. Nothing else to really update on. So I will leave it at that. A nice quick video for you guys today. Any comments, anything that you would like to see me cover, please do let me know in the comments below. Please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel. It helps the algorithm. Okay, it does all of those nice things. And if you want to support what we do, please do go over to tauruscrypto.com. You can either sign up to the crew, where we are sharing trades on not only Bitcoin, but also the legacy markets. We've been smashing it recently. So that is the NASDAQ, the S&P 500, stocks. We've been looking at oil. We've been looking at gold. We've been looking at all sorts of stuff. Been trading that really, really nicely over in the crew. A ton of educational content over there for you as well. Or if you just want to do a simple way to support the channel, then you can sign up using the reference links, which are in the description below this video. I have, of course, moved my trading over to WooX from Bybit now that we've had the closure of Bybit for UK traders. So if anyone is looking for a new home to trade in the UK or in any other jurisdictions where Bybit have shut down, then I would thoroughly recommend WooX. So check out the description below for the link to that, and that will give you 20% off of fees. So there's a nice little incentive for you to join. On that note, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Cheers. Goodbye.